That's more like it. OwlAccess Pass is back inside of TV Studio 3, and it all starts right now. Hello, Owl fans, and welcome back inside of TV Studio 3 for the first time in over 10 months. I'm Adam Crognale, and Brooklyn Vaughan will join us in just a little bit. We've got plenty of Temple athletics to cover this week and hopefully all semester, including soccer, volleyball, and cross country that are all in action this spring after COVID-19 plagued the scheduled fall season. Some sports are already in action with a few others set to start in early February. Regardless, it's good to be back inside of Annenberg Hall. Let's start out with some Temple men's hoops. Temple had to take on nationally ranked Houston Cougars on short notice following several schedule changes due to contact tracing with the Cincinnati Bearcats. The Owls fell to Kelvin Sampson's squad 68-51. Houston shot 47% from the field and 45% from three. The largest lead of the game was 24, and Temple never even led. Caleb Battle scored 14 points off the bench in his second game of the season after missing the first 6 games with a hamstring injury. The sophomore showed promise with an ability to score from inside, outside, and at the free throw line. As mentioned, the Owls found out that they were taking on Houston without a lot of time to prepare. But at this point, Temple is really just trying to stay on the court. There have been so many schedule changes, it's even hard to keep up at this point. This was the schedule prior to the start of the season. But why even bother looking at that? This is what the schedule looks like now. Temple has had 7 games postponed, 1 game added, and so far 3 games rescheduled, and it's only January. It's been anything but smooth sailing for the Cherry and White, but this team is currently only 1 game under 500, heading into their rescheduled match against Tulsa. Over to the women's side of Montgomery, where the Owls most recently took on the Shockers over at Pearson and McGonigal. Alexander opens up the scoring early on with a wing 3. She splashes that home. Wichita State played a solid game as well. Here's Colbert from the stripe, a little turnaround J, nobody there to defend, and she knocks down the shot. Cash Ayuso getting some scoring for the Owls here, doing what her name says. Cash money from the mid-range after freeing herself up with a pump fake. She steps in and strokes 2. Temple trailed by 4 heading into the 4th, but it looked like a completely different team when it mattered most. Here's Amani Mayo, corner 3 that she knocks down. Great ball movement from the Owls there, and she knocks it down, giving the Owls the lead at the time. The Owls outscored the Shockers 20-6 in the 4th, cruising to a 10-point victory. Final score, 65-55 Temple. Temple started 4-0 in conference play before losing back-to-back games to Cincinnati and Houston. But this win against Wichita State has Temple back to 500 overall and 5-2 in the AAC. Davis and Clinton have been leading the way for the Owls, and as expected, Mia Davis is nearly averaging a double-double this season. That's 9 rebounds per game to go along with her 18-plus points per game. Temple has 2 straight games against Tulane starting on this Saturday. Even though we're in the middle of the offseason, Temple football is still grabbing several headlines early in 2021. My partner Brooklyn Vaughan joins us now to break down the chaos that's gone on in the transfer portal since November.
Hey Adam, it is great to be back, especially talking some football at this time of year. Well, it's been quite the offseason. Just like the basketball team is dealing with these schedule changes, the football team is tackling roster changes. The first domino fell with former Temple running back Ray Davis opting out mid-season and transferring to Vanderbilt University. And since then, there have been countless names to follow suit. Take a look at this map here. The Owls are taking flight and they are landing all over the country. There's most notably quarterback Anthony Russo headed to Michigan State. Arnold Ebiketie is headed to Happy Valley to get in on the Big Ten action too. And Ifeanyi Maije reunites with his former coach Fran Brown at Rutgers. Isaiah Graham Mobley and Chris Banks head north to Boston College and their former athletic director Pat Kraft. And then out west, Linwood Crump and Vincent Picozzi will spend their graduate year playing for Colorado State. And if you can believe it, this is only a fraction of the guys who will be departing 10th and Diamond, and it is possible that there will be even more by the time that practice resumes later this year. But remember, the portal works both ways, and Coach Rod Carey and his staff are working to make up for these key departures. We will keep you updated with more transfer news as it comes available. Adam, back to you.
Thank you so much, Brooklyn. Ben Zimmerman for the killer graphic. Football talks don't stop there, though. The big game is less than 2 weeks away, and the Owls have a few key representatives on the sideline. Tampa Bay head coach Bruce Arians and defensive coordinator Todd Bowles both spent time on North Broad earlier in their careers. In 1983, Arians became one of the youngest head coaches in Division I history at the age of 30. He coached for 6 seasons on North Broad before earning his first NFL job, ironically, as a running back coach with the Kansas City Chiefs. Bowles played 4 seasons at Temple and 3 under Arians as a defensive back from 1982 to 1985. He played 8 years in the NFL and even became a champion with the Washington Redskins in 1987. We'll see if another ring is in his future on February 7th. Switching gears to gymnastics, Temple is back on the mat, but the team has come out slow in 2021. The Owls are 0-4. Faith Leary has been a bright spot, though, on the young season. In the Ken Anderson Invitational, Leary received a career-high score of 9.9 on her floor routine. Leary joined elite company with the score. Only 9 Temple gymnasts in program history have ever scored 9.9 or better on floor. Temple's next meet is scheduled for Saturday, January 30th at the University of New Hampshire. The volleyball team had its first match of the season against Morgan State last Saturday, and it went down to the wire. The Owls actually trailed in this one with 2 sets to go, and they won both of them, coming from behind for the victory. Mirai Bullock-Bossi earned a spot on the AAC Weekly Honor Roll after recording her 3rd career double-double. She had 18 kills and 10 digs in the match. Temple is set to take on LaSalle this Friday at McGonigal Hall for its next match. And that's all the time we have for this edition of OwlAccess Pass. Be sure to stay connected, though, on our Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube channel for the latest. For all of us here, social distancing inside of TV Studios 1, 2, 3, and even room 110. I'm Adam Crognale. Stay safe, and we'll talk to you soon, everybody.